All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday, November 6, 2023. Almost messed that up again. Almost went with a different show, Dave. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I'm going pretty good. Hanging in there. How'd you do on your picks this weekend?
1 second here. For some reason, some stuff went. There we go. I've done pretty good, actually. We haven't done a show since Thursday because we were traveling on Friday to a wrestling show in Lafayette, which ended up being a very interesting night.
A very good,
great wrestling show.
Great wrestling show, but a lot of shit happened. So you might want to tune into our show tonight at 6:30. Going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, we traveled that. We also went to a good wrestling show Sunday too. Don't want to forget about that. That was a really good show and for a great charity.
Probably gonna be airing that tomorrow. We had to record that one. The other one, the one on Friday night, was live. You can find it on our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room, actually on YouTube and Twitch. But my picks on Thursday, I went 7-3. I was 3-0 in the NBA, 2-0 in hockey. I went 1-2 in college football, and then I was 1-1 on the NFL game because I had the under hit, but I had the Titans winning that game and they got beat. And then over the weekend, counting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was 6-3. Friday I went 2-0 on the 2 college football picks I gave out. Saturday I went 1-2, and then had one push in my college football. So I had Ole Miss at -3 against Texas A&M. They won by 3. And then in NFL, I went 3-1 this week after having a rough week last week in the NFL where I went like 1-4. I mean, this week I was 3-1. The only game I had wrong, I had the Rams at the +3.5 against the Packers, and the Packers put it on the Rams pretty good.
Thursday, I missed my NFL game. I had Tennessee -2.5. I missed it. Also missed the NBA game with Toronto, but I won my one NBA game with the Pelicans. They covered the -5. NHL, I went 3-0 Thursday night, so I did real well with that. Then having Friday picks. Saturday on my college, I went 3-1. Got my Tennessee over 54 with Connecticut. I got my Louisville -9.5 right with Virginia Tech. I got my Washington -3 against USC. And I missed my Florida -6 against Arkansas. So I went 3-1 there. And then on Sunday, I went 2-2, got Indy right, Philly right. Missed New Orleans, then covered the -8.5. And Houston and cover the -2, if I remember right. So didn't do bad. I did 9-5 overall, so that's not too bad.
I don't know what I just did. I tried to do. I think I just messed up. I did. Okay. But so well, no, I had a pretty good weekend. I put my record at 588 and 453 on the year. Today, got some NBA and a few hockey games. I was about all today. Got some college football tomorrow. Now I'll pick back up. Of course, Major League Baseball is over. NFL won't be back. Well, no, there is one NFL game tonight.
Yeah, Monday night. Yeah.
Why am I thinking that it's Monday? It's Jets and Chargers. I didn't even write that game down. I don't know what I was doing. I forgot all about the Jets Chargers tonight.
You're all about one thing tonight. That's 6:30.
Yeah, well, that's true. I've been getting stuff ready for that. Still got a list here of stuff I got to finish looking up and
Okay.
stuff.
I'm just winging it. I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm winging it for the most part, other than stuff that people's asked me to look up.
Okay. Yeah.
Billy said, "You wanted the best, you got the best. The hottest commentators in the world, Gonzo and Tony." How's it go, Billy? I'm sure. Did you get to check out the wrestling show on Friday, Billy? That was it was a good show. We did have a little bit of a technical difficulty there at the
beginning and
over at the beginning, but other than that,
towards the end too.
Other than that, and then, like I said, show wise, it was awesome.
Yeah,
You had some backstage stuff happen and stuff like that, which a lot of it's going to get talked about tonight at 6:30. So I'm not going to go into it too much. But yeah, if you're not doing anything, join us tonight at 6:30 as DCCW pro wrestler and promoter, ladies man Mike King is going to be joining us, and also the owner of WCWO, and he's also a professional wrestler, JKO Joey Owens. Both be joined this evening. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a fun time. Oh, Billy hadn't got to watch the one on Friday yet. It's on our YouTube page. It was a real good show. You had Michael Elgin, former Ring of Honor world heavyweight champion, was on the card. Blake Money Wright, Dex Royal, Logan Myers, Dalton Love, Rachel Armstrong, Del Patrick's, Brett Havoc, who I hadn't seen in over a year.
Yes.
It was cool to get to see him because we used to see him a lot and hadn't seen him around for a while.
One of the more entertaining shows I've seen this year. I mean, from top to bottom. I mean, there was no flaws in the show itself. Fans were hot. Had a pretty good crowd. I know they sold a little over 200 pre-sale tickets. I don't think they got a lot of walk up. Maybe 250, 300. It's such a huge ground, so big it probably could hold 2,000 or 3,000 people. So I mean, it's a big place. But really good show. It was for a good cause. It was for muscular dystrophy. Hopefully they did pretty well. Shout outs to the promoters, especially Mike King and ladies man Mike King or Jared Bird, whatever you want to refer to him as, and also his partner Coon Dog Terry Coons, and then also shout out to Scott Hewlett, who part of Heating Shenanigans, and also in partnership with Mike on some other stuff. He was part of that too. I know it was near and dear to his heart, that charity was. So shout out to all those guys. I thought they put on a real good show as far as show goes.
Yeah. Then yesterday we was in Indianapolis at a WCWO Veterans Show. Showed it benefits veterans in the Indianapolis area. All the proceeds went to the HVAF. It's a veteran organization in Indianapolis. We didn't get to go live for it because we don't have internet there at that location, but we'll be airing that show tomorrow. It was another real solid show, and got to see some good matches, and had a good time last night up there.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's a great charity, and they're continuing They're going to be doing where you can drop off.
They're doing a food drive.
Food drive there at WCWO, and also some location in Beach Grove. You can go to their website and find out that information. But yeah, they're continuing to give to that charity. So
you'll also be able to find the flyer on our pages here later this evening, because they're sending us the flyer so we can post it as well. Yep. All right, Billy. We'll see you tonight.
I will tell you, shit's gonna hit the fan. That's all. That's my my teaser for tonight.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be it's not going to be pretty, probably. But hey, it's something that needs to be done. So it'll be.
Well, you can only
should be interesting.
You can only take so much sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the more information I keep finding out about it, the more ridiculous the shit sounds.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, we'll get ready to jump into the games here in just 1 second. I'm trying to take care of stuff at the same time. Okay, that was me. I thought somebody else commented after Billy, but it was just stuff I was doing. All right. Well, you want to start in hockey tonight?
Yeah, we can.
I guess starting hockey today.
Well, don't forget about the NFL game. Well, we'll start with hockey.
That gives me a chance to see what the spread is in the NFL game, because I didn't even look at it today. I forgot. I'm telling you, I forgot all about football tonight.
Too worried about other stuff. Yeah, NHL. I'll do my picks first today. NHL, Tampa Bay at Toronto. I'll take Toronto money line. Then I have Boston money line at the Dallas Stars. And then I got Edmonton at Vancouver. I'll take Vancouver money line. So them are my 3 picks for the NHL tonight.
All right. My NHL picks, I'm taking the Bruins on the money line against the Stars. That should be a good game. And then I'm going to take the Canucks on the money line against the Oilers.
Yep.
I think, is the Canucks Vancouver?
Yep.
Okay. I thought they were, but I didn't want to say Vancouver. So I wrote it down as the Canucks. So I didn't want to make a mistake there. Yeah, my 2 hockey picks. NBA tonight. I like the Warriors at the -7.5 against the Pistons. I'm going to go with the Bucks at the -5.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to go with the Clippers at the +1.5 against the New York Knicks. Kings -2.5 against the Houston Rockets. And I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics at the -2.5 against the Timberwolves. Pacers do play tonight, but they're playing the Spurs, and they have the Pacers as like almost 10-point favorites. Not just too many. And then there was another game I liked. Oh, the Mavericks. They had them playing somebody, but they had the team big favor. So I think some people, but the Mavericks had like a lot of players game time decisions. So I decided to stay away from that. So I just ended up going with them 5 games for tonight. And NBA. Did you do any NBA?
Yeah, I got NBA. Similar picks to you, actually, other than maybe one. I got Golden State -7.5 at Detroit. I got Milwaukee -5.5 at Brooklyn. And I got Boston -2.5 at Minnesota. That was -4 on the one I looked at earlier. That was late last night, though. That was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was -4. But why is that? Why is Boston only getting somebody setting out for them or her? Or, I don't think that's a lot of points. I know it's at Minnesota, but
I'm not sure if the Timberwolves had anybody sitting out or not, but yeah, or if Boston did, because I thought Boston would be a little bit bigger favorite too. It might be because it's in Minnesota, but I didn't look to see if anybody was sitting out on that game, to be honest. I would say some of it's because it's in Minnesota.
I know at 1 o'clock last night they was -4. Well, on the site that I seen, it's different than probably what you was looking at.
Damien had a question. Do you think DeMar should have played the game last night? Because in my opinion, he should have. I don't understand why they took him out.
I only got to see, we get to see about a quarter of the game, maybe.
Well, I think he's talking about basketball, right?
Oh, I thought he was talking about the guy from what's his name? Guy from Buffalo.
Oh, okay. That might be who he's talking
That's
about.
what I think he's talking about. The defensive player from Buffalo that got hurt, and then a year or so.
Okay, that might have been who he was talking about. Okay, I was thinking he was talking about DeMar DeRozan from the Bulls for some reason.
I believe.
No, you're probably right. I wasn't even thinking about him. Yeah. This is gonna piss a lot of people off, but he really hasn't played. I mean, so I really hadn't thought about him. Most of the year he hasn't been on the active roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon, I can't really give you Hamlin. He was talking. You're right.
Yeah.
I guess we only saw pretty much the second half of the game.
Yeah, it was
in the third quarter when we got home.
Quarter when we got home, and I was making something to eat, so I only got to see maybe a quarter.
But I know he hasn't played a whole lot this year. A lot of the time this year he's been on the active roster. I think a lot of last night him being on the active roster was because of being in Cincinnati where everything happened and stuff. But so I don't have a real solid take on it because, like I said, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Did he play some last night, or was he just there on the sideline?
I believe he played some. I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do believe he played some. And he's played some, I think, during the season too. But again, like you said, it hasn't been.
It's been a lot. I know it hasn't been a whole lot. NFL tonight: Chargers at the Jets. Chargers are 3-point favorites, -150 on the money line. Jets are +152 on the money line. Over-unders at 40.5. Man, this is a tough game for me because I lean toward the Chargers, but then he was inactive last minute. They changed him before the game. Okay, yeah, I don't know if something happened or what. But I know he's been inactive a lot this season. He hasn't been on the, but I don't know what. Maybe he wasn't feeling good or maybe something happened if they'd done it right before the game.
Maybe emotions got the best. I mean, you don't know. We don't know the whole situation.
Yeah, I'd have to try to read into that a little bit more. But no, this is hard for me because I think the Chargers should win this game, but we've seen the Chargers find ways to lose games so many times, and the Jets' defense is pretty good. So what I'm going with in this game, I'm going with the under the 40.5. I like the under here. I think the Jets defense is going to be able to slow the Chargers offense down. The Jets offense isn't a high scoring offense. So I'm going to go with the under the 40.5 in this game. And I'm going to stay away from picking against the spread on this one.
What was the point spread again? I know what I had, but
3.
Oh, it went to 3?
Yep.
I'm going to take the Chargers minus the 3 against the Jets.
The Chargers -3.
I know their coach. I know I shouldn't. I just think I think the Chargers should be able to move the ball. I mean, I know the Jets have got a good defense, but I think they can be able to score. They should be able to score more than 3 points than the Jets. But that Jets will probably kill them. Probably defense will probably destroy them.
Yeah, this is a hard. I like the under. I do like the under because, like I said, I don't see both these teams getting into the 20s. I really don't. So I like the 40.5. So I'm gonna go with the under 40.5. But yeah, and see, it's hard for me because I was kind of leaning toward the Jets, taking them at the +3. But Jets offense, I can't. I just ain't built up enough trust in Zach Wilson yet to take that. But I don't have enough trust in the Chargers
defense.
Well, yeah, their defense and their head coach.
Yeah, I understand.
So. Hey, how's it going, Glenn? He's at the gate getting ready to head home.
Yep.
Zach Wilson has played pretty good at maybe the first game or so, but other than that, he has played pretty good this season. A lot better than last year, Damon. I will agree with you on that. And that's another reason that's make this game hard for me to pick because he's looked better this year than he did last year. I'm gonna lie, I like the Jets win. I want the Jets to keep winning because if they're still in the mix, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to try to come back and play, and I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see him try to come back and play earlier than anybody and see what if he can have some success. But and if the Jets are out of contention, it's not going to happen. So I'd like to see the Jets keep winning a few games and staying relevant. And if they can win tonight, that'd be big for them because every other team in that division lost this week. So I mean that lost this weekend because Dolphins, Bills, and Patriots all lost.
I'll ask you a question. Are the Bills in trouble? 4 losses already. 5-4. They
They could be, especially being in the AFC where I mean, seems like the AFC is a lot deeper than the NFC.
I mean, look at the AFC North. Who would ever thought? Ravens 7-2, Steelers 5-3, Browns 5-3, Bengals 5-3. The Bengals are they're tied, but they got them in the last position. I don't know why that is, but it's a 3-way tie.
That Browns team is a dangerous team because if their defense is on and if they can figure that offense out, they're dangerous.
Before we get out of here, Dad, I did have a question for it. It's got to do with pro wrestling. And I know Damien's out there and Glenn's out there. Maybe they could chime in. Big thing's been going around since.
Is it about how many bitches there are in pro wrestling?
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
but this has got there's a lot of bitching going on about this topic too. A lot of people going crazy. The fact that Roman Reigns, since he's had the championships, has only had 54 title defenses, 3-4 years, whatever that time is. Hulk Hogan had 400 and some. Of course, that was a different time.
Yeah.
But the thing that come to mind, though, comparable wise, is MJF in a year's time hasn't had probably 8 title defenses. So if you say he holds the belt for 4 years and go by what he's done so far this year, he'd have less than 54 in 4 years because some of those title defenses that Roman's he's had some title defenses, believe it or not, at house shows where AEW really don't do house shows. They did a few, did 2, 3, 4. It's a different time. I don't know that it's a fair comparison. Even though WWE does house shows and they are making money at it again, I think WWE and AEW are more of a TV product now, in my opinion. And before COVID hit, WWE was not doing good in house shows, and a lot of people felt like after COVID that they wouldn't do house shows anymore. And now they're back and doing really good with house shows, and the SmackDown and Raw attendance is outstanding. But there was talks that the house shows would never come back, and that completely changed. So, what do you think?
I thought that was funny because I'd seen people complain about Roman Reigns not defending the title, and I also knew that he hadn't defended the title no less than what MJF had defended the title,
or any other champion they've had.
And that's one of the big arguments you hear a lot of the AEW fans about WWE. Well, they have a champion that never defends the title. Well, he defends the title just as much or more than the champion of AEW. It's different times, and Reigns was able to get his contract worked out where he had so many dates, and I think some of it is due to his health stuff that he has going on. Yep. In a totally different era too. I mean, when you said Hogan had that many title defenses, was that within like a 4-year span, or was that longer than 4 years?
Somebody tried to say it was 1 year. I don't think it was 1 year. I think because you ain't gonna have 400 some in 1 year.
No,
I believe
he defended them multiple times times a day.
I believe that was in 4 years.
You know, I mean, it couldn't have been a year. I mean, I guess it could have been, but he'd have to be defended multiple times a day.
I don't think Hogan's title defenses would compare to what Bruno's title defenses would. So I mean, it's a different different era, different time.
Glenn said people need to calm down.
Glenn, you don't know the half of it.
But so I don't have a problem with how many times Roman's defended it. I think people, I don't understand why people think the title needs to change hands all the time. If to me, if the title changes hands just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it don't make the title. It makes the title mean less.
Okay,
I think the title means more when somebody has it a long time, and then you build up somebody, you keep building somebody up and up and up. You know, what I mean, you keep building somebody up and up to take that title. It means to me, it means more than if I beat you, take the title, and then a week later I drop it to somebody else. And
yeah.
then,
Oh yeah.
then to me, that makes the title less important.
What do you think about the people really coming hard right now too again, which they have been at different times, about Roman always getting help to win the belt?
He's a heel.
That's these people right now that are going crazy. I've made a comment, and a lot of people
He's
like
a heel, and here's my other thing on it. If they'd have just had him go in there and just squash LA Knight, people would have had a fit. It by doing it the way they do it with somebody helping them like that, keeps both of them over, and that doesn't make LA Knight look weak at all.
If he beats LA Knight weak, then what are you gonna do with LA Knight? I mean, if he beats him fair, I mean, if he beats him just clean in the ring, what you ain't gonna be able to come back to him. Same thing with Cody. Same thing with all the other people. I mean, they need to go back and watch 1985 to about 1989, Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. You know, either Ric Flair lost by disqualification or cheated to win. Then with the two finishes, he didn't beat nobody clean.
It's hard to keep a feud going if you just keep beating somebody clean.
Yeah.
I heard some of it. Yeah, Glenn, you're gonna hear a lot of it tonight at 6:30 on the GWR show. It's gonna be
Yeah, I think the only point I have is once Roman loses that belt, is anybody really going to be able to fill his shoes? I mean, Cody gets it. Is he going to be able to fill his shoes? Is LA Knight, whoever gets it, Jey Uso, whoever gets it, is he going to be able to fill his shoes? I think the best one to be able to fill his shoes would be Cody. I mean, not anything against LA Knight. I think he maybe could, but I have more confidence in Cody right now.
And I think a lot of it depends on how they book it too. It's like if you give Cody the title, who are you going to have? Who's he going? You know what I mean? Who are you going to have as the number one guy that he's going to feud with to try to take it from him? And I think that matter. I think that'll matter as well as how they go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Damon said that title reigns are cool, but it doesn't need to drag out, and this Roman Reigns reign dragging way too long. I think title reigns shouldn't be longer than a year, no more than that.
Well, you know,
I don't have a problem with it dragging out, but I mean being longer than a year, and a lot of it just and as fans we don't look at it like this, but the promotions they're looking at merch sales. I mean, the ticket sales. They're looking at all that stuff, and if everything's going up in that right direction. You ride that hot hand. I mean, how long was Bruno champion? When he was champion,
10 years.
I was going to say for
Hogan 4 or 5 years. It was a different time.
And it's a different time. I'm just saying, back if you think about it, back in the days like that, the belt didn't change hands a whole lot. Then here in the modern era, it got to where it did a little bit more than now. But a lot of that's Triple H because he's more of that old school NWA and stuff, and the title didn't change hands all the time.
And they were really hot, and right now I think him being away is a good thing because look, LA Knight's been elevated, Jey Uso's been elevated, Cody Rhodes has been pretty much been elevated since he's got there, but they're building people up, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I don't understand why it's a big deal that he's not on every show. It gives some other people some opportunities. It gives gives the fans that complain about him that he's getting shoved down our throats. Well, you complain that he's getting shoved down your throats, and then you complain that he's not on TV enough. So
Makes it more special when he's on.
So I mean, you know, what I mean, basically, like somebody said earlier, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
That's right. Yeah, if he comes out every week with that long entrance, it would get really stale. When he's only on once a month, it's once every 6 weeks or whatever. When that music hits, it's special. At least I think so. As a fan, for me,
Yeah.
It may not be for everybody. I understand that.
All right. Before we get out of here, I'll go over my picks again. Record up for the year is 588 and 453. Tonight in the NFL, I'm going with the Jets at the under. No, excuse me. I'm going Jets Chargers under 40.5. NHL hockey, I'm going Canucks money line, Bruins money line, and then NBA, I'm going Warriors minus 7.5, Bucks minus 5.5, Clippers plus 1.5, Kings minus 2.5, and the Celtics at the minus 2.5.
Okay, my NFL for tonight, of course, just one. Got the Chargers -3 at the Jets. My NHL picks, I've got Tampa Bay at Toronto. I'll take Toronto money line. I got Boston money line at Dallas, and I got Edmonton at Vancouver. I'll take Vancouver money line. My NBA picks for tonight, I got Golden State -7.5 at Detroit. I got Milwaukee -5.5 at Brooklyn, and I got Boston -2.5 at Minnesota.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, Glenn said he's won more times than Roman's defenses, and he's cracking up about it.
Yeah.
And then Damien had a question. Said thoughts on Crown Jewel. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really give a whole lot of thoughts on it. But I know Dad watching it. I talked to some other people that's watched it, so I know a little bit of what happened, but I haven't watched it yet.
I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was as good as the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views. I thought there was some good stuff. I love the women's match, the 5-way. Thought it was really good. I give it 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. It was good, but I think it was just a thing to hold them over. I think the big pay-per-view coming up, Survivor Series, with the war games and stuff. I think that's the next big thing. So, Damien, what do you think? And Glenn, did you? I doubt Glenn got to see it. He was pretty busy this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if he got to watch it out there in Phoenix or not. He might. I think he was at a race.
And I thought the first match, Seth Rollins' match, was good.
It said Nia Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah. That was that 5-way match was really good. Really liked it. And you did get to hear, what I had wondered about today. Billy Ray talking about with Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul, and everybody talking about that big save he made. And I questioned it, and Billy kind of confirmed it that he wasn't where he's supposed to be. He had to make that big save because he wasn't where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but he's still done a hell of a job to make the save.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that he might not have been in the exact position, but
yep. Oh yeah, he did everything he could to make sure that he didn't get hurt, which is a good thing.
And sometimes you're just not. Things happen.
Well, and also like Billy said, guys haven't been in the ring 8 times, and he's fantastic. I'm not putting him down at all.
Oh yeah. Glenn said he hadn't got to watch it yet.
Oh, but Sami Zayn still in the briefcase. Well, just stole the briefcase so Damian Priest couldn't cash it in. He was gonna make sure he's got a feud with the Judgment Day right now, and I think it's probably gonna lead to it'll probably be part of War Games with Judgment Day, and I don't know who all is going to be involved in that. Not sure yet.
Is that when Mom was yelling somebody was cashing in?
Yeah, I think so.
I forget what we were doing. She yelled, they're cashing in or something.
Yeah, he was coming down.
But all right, please subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram all at Gonzo Sports Room. If you missed the DCCW Flexing on Muscular Dystrophy show from Friday, go check it out on our YouTube and Twitch pages at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, we'll be airing the WCWO Veteran Show tomorrow, probably right around 8 o'clock. Yeah, right around 8 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be airing that. Join us tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time as DCCW owner, promoter, wrestler Mike King, and then also WCWO owner and wrestler Joey Kid Owens will join us tonight. We're going. There's going to be some fireworks tonight.
Most
Going
definitely.
to be jumping into some stuff that happened. Happened over the weekend, but it's also been going on for
years.
for 2-3 years, about 3 years now. We're going to dig deep and talk into a lot of that tonight. So join us tonight at 6:30. Should be real interesting. Probably going to be a lot of fireworks. So
I would say so.
If you don't like if you don't like a little bit of cussing and some other things, you might not want to tune into the one tonight because who knows what all's going to be flying.
Parental guidance is suggested. Probably nobody under the age of 18 probably should be listening to this show. But tonight at 6:30.
But it should be an interesting night at 6:30. Tomorrow we have pro wrestler Brody Botkins and Virgo. They're both training in Texas with Dustin Rhodes. Yep. They're going to be joining us live from Texas. They're down there at Dustin Rhodes School. They're going to be joining us tomorrow at 7 Eastern Time. You can find that on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. And then on Thursday, we have Kid Dynamite Justin Terrell, who's getting ready for his retirement match in a couple weeks. And he's actually going to announce who his opponent's going to be for his title match Thursday night when he's on the show with us. So that should be real interesting. Yes, Glenn, this Tuesday.
Yep. And Glenn's going to have his NASCAR recap tomorrow.
Yep.
That's awesome, Glenn.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Glenn will be doing a recap of the NASCAR Championship weekend. You'll be able to find that on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or X pages. Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. So we got a busy week. A lot of stuff going to be coming out this week from the Gonzo Sports Room channel. Please like, share, comment. All that stuff helps us out, and we greatly appreciate it. But we'll see you guys tomorrow with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show right around 3. Join us tonight at 6:30. If you're not a wrestling fan and you don't join us, enjoy the ball games tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.